gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today we're diving into an important topic, FedRAMP, the Federal Risk and Authorization Management Program. This program has been essential in helping federal agencies securely adopt cloud services. But as the tech landscape has evolved, so has FedRAMP. So let's talk about the changes that are shaping the future of federal cloud security.
Exactly. Hey, it's been a fascinating journey. FedRAMP was initially set up to help federal agencies securely adopt cloud services, especially infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. But over the years, the rise of software as a service, or SaaS, has forced FedRAMP to adapt. Agencies are now using a wide variety of SaaS tools, which really highlights the need for continuous modernization of the program.
Right, and the pandemic really accelerated that shift, didn't it? As agencies and private businesses shifted to remote work, there was a huge spike in the adoption of collaboration tools and SaaS applications. This meant that FedRAMP had to rethink its approach to accommodate a broader set of cloud services.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the key challenges here, making sure FedRAMP stays relevant in a rapidly changing cloud market. It's not just about IaaS anymore. SaaS providers are now targeting highly specific use cases for agencies, which means FedRAMP has to assess a wider range of cloud offerings.
Yeah, and I think it's crucial to emphasize the security aspect. FedRAMP's goal isn't just to make the adoption of these cloud services easier. It's also about ensuring that these services meet rigorous security standards to protect federal data. It's all about mitigating the risks associated with these third-party cloud providers.
For sure. And FedRAMP doesn't just assess security. It has to manage risk effectively too. With all the evolving threats out there, the program is tasked with staying ahead of cyber adversaries by integrating cutting-edge security practices that are used in the private sector. The whole idea is to make the federal government a smart adopter of cloud security technologies.
Speaking of evolving threats, there's been a massive shift in how cybersecurity is handled at the federal level. Cybersecurity is no longer just about compliance, it's about continuous monitoring and adapting to new risks. So FedRAMP has had to scale its security approach accordingly. For example, one of the big updates in the recent FedRAMP memo is streamlining the authorization process. Automation is going to play a big role in speeding things up.
Yes, automation is key. It will help reduce the administrative burden on both the agencies and the cloud service providers. Right now, the process can be slow, and agencies are often duplicating efforts when they assess cloud products. But with automated intake and processing of security documentation, FedRAMP can accelerate that entire process, which will make it easier to get cloud solutions implemented faster.
And that's exactly what agencies need, isn't it? They need to quickly adopt cloud services without sacrificing security. That's why FedRAMP is also focusing on the most impactful security features, those that truly reduce risks to federal information. The idea is to prevent unnecessary duplication and allow for faster reusability of authorizations.
That reusability is huge. With the growing number of cloud offerings, agencies can't afford to keep starting from scratch with every new tool they adopt. FedRAMP's approach will allow agencies to reuse authorizations across multiple cloud products, saving time and resources.
Exactly. And let's not forget about the FedRAMP marketplace. As FedRAMP scales, it will make it easier for agencies to find secure cloud services that meet their needs. The goal is to create a much more diverse and robust marketplace for agencies to tap into.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the marketplace evolves. It's not just about increasing the number of cloud services available, it's also about ensuring those services are secure and meet federal standards. That's where the presumption of adequacy comes in. Once a cloud service has been authorized through FedRAMP, agencies can presume its security posture is sufficient for their needs, making it much easier for agencies to adopt.
Right, the presumption of adequacy is one of the big game changers. This means that once a cloud service has been FedRAMP authorized at a certain security level, agencies don't need to reassess it from scratch. They can rely on that FedRAMP assessment as long as it's maintained properly.
It's a smart approach, for sure. But it's also important to note that agencies still have the ability to add additional security requirements if they have specific needs. If the FedRAMP authorization doesn't fully meet an agency's needs, they can add more controls on top. It's flexible but still secure.
Exactly. FedRAMP is all about striking that balance between standardization and flexibility. Agencies need the confidence that cloud services are secure, but they also need the ability to customize security to meet their unique needs.
And let's not forget, The whole process is evolving. As the cloud services landscape grows, FedRAMP is adapting. The scope of services covered by FedRAMP is expanding, and they've clarified which services fall within the program's purview. But not all cloud services need FedRAMP authorization, especially if they don't process federal information.
Right. Services like social media platforms, search engines, or basic commercial services that don't handle federal data, those are outside the scope of FedRAMP. So it's important to differentiate between services that need to go through the program and those that don't.
That's a good point. And as FedRAMP grows and adapts, it's also going to keep working closely with industry experts to refine security assessments. The goal is to make sure that these security assessments are rigorous and reflect the actual threats that federal agencies face. It's all about staying one step ahead of the curve.
It's clear that FedRAMP is evolving to meet the needs of federal agencies in a rapidly changing cloud landscape. The program's focus on scalability, automation, and flexibility will make it easier for agencies to adopt secure cloud solutions. But as always, the key will be balancing speed with security.
Absolutely, and it's going to be exciting to see how these changes play out in the next few years. With these updates, FedRAMP is set to become an even more valuable resource for the federal government as it continues to embrace the cloud.
Well, that wraps up today's discussion. We've covered a lot, from automation to the evolving scope of FedRAMP. If you're working with federal cloud services, these changes are something you'll definitely want to keep an eye on. Thanks for joining us today. Catch you next time.
Take care, everyone. Stay secure, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights on federal tech and cybersecurity.
A special thank you to MarketUS.com for furnishing us this information.
Here's a question. How do we contact them?
Good question. You can reach them at MarketUS.com or call them at 954-636-3232.
Before we go, this deep dive was created by the MarketUS.com team.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Good point. It's right below the subscribe link.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor and sharing your product or service with the world, reach out to MarketUS.com. You can schedule a session to discover how we can work together. See you soon.